Every single morning, billions of people around the world do the exact same thing. They wake up feeling like a sad, half dead potato, and then they drink this. And suddenly, boom, alive, alert, ready to argue with strangers on the internet. But why? Why does this one drink completely rewire your brain in under 30 minutes? What is actually happening inside your head right now? The answer involves brain chemicals, a sneaky impersonator molecule, and a discovery made by some very energetic goats. Let's break it all down 5W1H style. WHAT. What is caffeine? Caffeine is a natural chemical compound found in over 60 plant species, coffee beans, tea leaves, cacao, and yes, even some energy drink ingredients before the energy drink existed. Its scientific name is 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine. You don't need to remember that. Nobody does. Not even chemists at parties. What you do need to know is this. Caffeine is classified as a psychoactive stimulant, which is a fancy way of saying, it messes with your brain, legally, deliciously. It's actually the world's most widely consumed psychoactive substance, more than alcohol, more than nicotine, more than whatever your cousin takes before gaming tournaments. UHY. Now here is where it gets genuinely wild. Your brain produces a chemical called adenosine all day long. Every hour you're awake, adenosine builds up and starts attaching to receptors in your brain. Think of adenosine as your brain's internal sleep countdown timer. The more it builds up, the sleepier you feel. By evening, you're basically running on empty, and your brain is screaming, "Go to sleep, you absolute mango." Now here's the sneaky part. Caffeine, the molecule, looks almost identical to adenosine under a microscope. It's basically wearing a disguise. So when you drink coffee, caffeine rushes into your bloodstream, races to your brain, and steals the adenosine parking spots. It sits in the receptors but doesn't make you sleepy. Instead, your neurons keep firing at full speed. Your brain notices all this activity and panics slightly, thinking something exciting must be happening. So it tells your pituitary gland to release adrenaline. Your heart beats faster, you feel alert, you feel alive, you haven't actually gained energy. You've just blocked the signal that tells you you're tired. Coffee isn't giving you fuel, it's hiding the fuel gauge. WHO. Who on earth figured out that these beans could do all that? The most popular legend takes us to Ethiopia around 850 AD. A goat herder, legend calls him Kaldi, noticed something strange. His goats ate the red berries of a certain plant and refused to sleep that night. They were jumping around like they'd had 3 espressos. Kaldi, being a curious man and probably also very tired, tried the berries himself. Spoiler, he didn't sleep either. Word reached a local monastery where monks began brewing the berries into a drink to stay awake during long nighttime prayers. And just like that, coffee culture was born. As for caffeine itself as an isolated molecule, that was first extracted in 1819 by a German chemist named Friedlieb Ferdinand Runge, at the request apparently of the poet Goethe. Because of course the guy who wrote Faust was also obsessed with coffee chemistry. WHERE. Coffee didn't start global, it had to travel. From Ethiopia, coffee beans crossed the Red Sea into Yemen in the 15th century, where Sufi monks cultivated it, and the first coffee houses, called Kahve Khane, opened across Arabia. By the 1600s, coffee had swept through the Ottoman Empire, then into Europe, where coffee houses became centers of ideas, debate, and business. Some historians even argued that the Age of Enlightenment was partly fueled by people switching from beer to coffee at breakfast. Turns out, being sober and caffeinated is good for intellectual progress. Today, over 2.25 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day worldwide. It's the second most traded commodity on Earth after oil. Not bad for some goat berries from Ethiopia. WHEN. Timing is everything with caffeine. And most people get it completely wrong. After you drink coffee, caffeine is absorbed through your digestive system into your bloodstream within about 15 to 45 minutes. It peaks in your brain around 30 to 60 minutes after drinking. Here's a pro tip most people don't know. Cortisol, your body's natural alertness hormone, peaks 30 to 60 minutes after you wake up. If you drink coffee exactly when you wake up, you're doubling up on the same system and building tolerance faster. The smarter move? Wait 90 minutes after waking before your first coffee. Let cortisol do its job first. Then let caffeine do its thing. You'll feel the effect much more powerfully. Also, caffeine has a half-life of 3 to 5 hours. That 3 p.m. coffee? Half of it is still in your brain at 8 p.m. Which is exactly why you're lying in bed at midnight, wondering why you can't sleep. HOW. Let's bring it all together for the final boss round. You drink coffee. Caffeine enters your stomach and small intestine, absorbs into the bloodstream, and crosses the blood-brain barrier, which is basically the VIP entrance to your brain. Once inside, it blocks adenosine receptors. Adenosine, the sleepiness chemical, is now locked out. Your neurons stay excited. Your pituitary gland sees the excitement and releases adrenaline. Dopamine flows more freely. You feel alert, focused, and weirdly confident about your life choices. But here's the plot twist. The adenosine didn't disappear. It's still there, waiting. The moment caffeine wears off, usually after 3 to 5 hours, all that built-up adenosine floods back in at once. That's the crash. That's why you suddenly feel more tired than you did before the coffee, and why you reach for another cup, and another, and another. If you drink coffee every day, your brain actually grows more adenosine receptors to compensate, which means you need more caffeine just to feel normal. Congratulations, you've discovered tolerance. Coffee has officially adopted you. So the next time someone asks why you need coffee to function, you can tell them, I'm not addicted. I'm just managing a complex adenosine receptor situation. That's the full story of your morning cup, broken down 5W1H style. What, why, who, where, when, and how? Every question answered, every detail covered. If your brain feels 3% smarter right now, hit subscribe. Because we do this every single week. New topic, same formula, 0 boring lectures. I'll see you in the next one. Go drink some water.